Hi, my name is Tezzy. Today I want to show you how to lift a wall entirely on controller on PlayStation 4, which is one of the more complicated glitches in housing for Final Fantasy XIV. There's a few settings and shortcuts you can use to make glitching a little less painful. We will be using both controller mode and mouse mode bound inside of character configuration. Note that changing to mouse mode does not require a mouse. We will be using the touchpad on controller for what little mouse input we do need. Speaking of mouse input, please check to make sure that you have virtual mouse enabled in the system configuration menu. Hop into the housing menu in mouse mode and it looks a bit like this. Drag the virtual mouse pointer to the layout mode bar and get the twister icon selected. If you press too hard on the touchpad, it will switch windows, so with a little bit of finicky pressing, I managed to switch from move to rotate. This is the important bit for later. Now you can go back in and disable virtual mouse and never use it again if you hate it as much as I do. I prefer to navigate the housing menu with controller, so at this point I switch back to controller mode and character configuration, and we won't need to change modes again until the very end. Let's get our items ready. A white rectangular partition, a stage panel, and 7 Riviera wall shelves. The goal here is to lift the partition by aligning its center point under the surface of the Riviera wall shelf. The easiest way to get your wall shelf in the right spot is to pre-position the stage panel. By placing the stage panel exactly one grid space behind the partition, we're ensuring that the Riviera wall shelf is placed right under the partition's midpoint when we actually start glitching. Here's how they need to line up so the wall shelf can lift up the partition. Now when we place a wall shelf, it will be in just the right position to lift the actual center point of our partition. Disable grid snap and find that teeny tiny point where the partition meets the panel meets the floor. Get as close as you can. The tricky part of the glitch is here because we need to place the shelf and jump out of the housing menu so fast we confuse the game into floating the partition for us. Get your hands ready because we're going to use the X button to place and the options button right after. You'll barely know it worked. Time to do it again and again, somewhere between 20 and 100 times until you've reached your desired height. If you try to raise too much, either nothing will happen or the partition might drop back down. Be careful, work steadily, and don't touch anything. When you're happy with the height, pause absolutely everything, switch to mouse mode, enter housing mode, carefully cancel out of the active window so that you're still in build mode but you have no live cursor. Using the left and right buttons on the D-pad, you can cycle through the items your character is standing directly in front of. We still have Twister enabled down here. Rotate with L2 and R2, hit X to confirm, and if you've done it right, you've forced it into existence. This rotate step is where the magic happens. Your item will not stay afloat if it is not rotated. Even if you rotate it one click, confirm, and then rotate it back just the one click, that'll be fine. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.